Hello and welcome to day 8 of the Easter Craft Countdown, where I'm sharing a brand new Easter paper craft every day for 10 days. Today's project is this lovely Easter wreath complete with lily flowers at the bottom. Let's find out where to get the free SVG and then how to make it. Let's get started. If you haven't already registered your free ticket for the Easter Craft Countdown, go to craftwithsarah.com/Easter to do so. Click any of the sign up buttons on the page and enter your name and email to register. Once registered, check your inbox for an email from me with subject line Easter Craft Countdown ticket information, or any of the other emails from me that you've been sent throughout the countdown. Can't find them? Check your junk or spam box to see if they've gone there by mistake. These emails contain the link to view the countdown projects and download today's files. Scroll down the page to find today's project. Click the button to start the files automatically downloading to your computer or mobile device. Each download is only available for free for 24 hours after it goes live. If you've missed some, check out craftwithsarah.com/Easter bundle to purchase immediate and ongoing access to all of the files from the Easter Craft Countdown. Each file will also be available to purchase individually from my SVG shop once the free version has expired. All downloads come in zip folders. You need to unzip them before you can upload the files into Cricut Design Space. Once you've downloaded and unzipped the folder, it's time to get the SVG file into Cricut Design Space. Open up Design Space, and then get into Upload over on the left, and then Upload Image. You can then either click Browse to find the file on your computer, or drag and drop it in. Make sure you choose the unzipped version of the folder, and then the file to select is the one which starts SVG in the file name. I'll click and drag that in, and it should look like this with all of the layers one on top of the other. If you can see all the layers next to each other instead, that means you've accidentally uploaded the wrong file type. So if that's the case, click cancel down on the bottom right and try again, and make sure you choose the one which starts SVG. This is looking good, so let's press upload, and then it will appear in your recent uploads. Click on it to get the green border, and then press add to canvas. To resize the design, make sure your padlock icon at the top is closed. If it's open like this one currently is, click it. You might need to click it twice, and then it should close. Now I can type in either a width or a height, and it will change the other one in proportion. For example, let's go 7.25 inches tall, hit return or enter on the keyboard, and then the width changes in proportion. I've just noticed that the lilies on here are showing it a slight off-white colour. I'm actually going to cut them out from white, so what I'm going to do before you see this file is change it so they actually look a little bit whiter in this. So when you load yours in, it might look slightly different. The colours will be a little bit different, but apart from that, the design will work exactly the same. So go ahead and click Make It to separate out all the colours. You can change the paper size in here, and then if you want to, you can move things about and rotate them so that they take up less space on your cardstock. Just make sure when you're doing this that you don't overlap anything like that, otherwise it's not going to cut out properly. I'll need to do that for all the different colours, so I'll go ahead and do that, and then you go ahead and do that on your version too. And when you're happy with how it's all looking, click Continue to connect to your Cricut, get everything cut out from cardstock, and then I'll show you how to stick it all together. Here are all of the layers of my cross cut out, and as you can see, some of the pieces are really small, so I'm going to have to be careful not to lose them before I've stuck them together. I've laid all of the pieces one on top of the other to check that I'm happy with the colours and that I haven't missed anything out. We're going to be sticking this together with a combination of glue and 3D foam squares. The glue I like to use is called Collall. I really like it because it doesn't bend or wrinkle the cardstock like some glues can do, and I put it into these needle tip applicator bottles. The foam squares I'm using are from Dot and Dab, and these ones are going to be good for this because they're quite small, but if yours are bigger than this, don't worry, you can simply cut them smaller with a pair of scissors. As with all my layered designs, we want to start at the bottom and work our way upwards. So let's carefully move some of these pieces apart. trying to keep the vague order that they're in, seeing as I've already gone to the effort of putting everything in place. The very bottom 2 layers are this one, the green one, and then the white layer to go on top. This will be a foam square layer, so I'll turn it upside down and add some foam. I'm going to add a good amount on here because this is going to have all the other layers stuck on top of it, so I need to make sure it's really well stuck to the layer underneath. So I'm putting my foam all the way around this shape to make sure it's going to stick beautifully. There. Now I can peel the tops off to reveal all of the stickiness underneath. I'm going to carefully line this up, and I'm using the flowers at the bottom and also the outline of the cross, and then gently drop it down. And the reason for that would be if I wasn't happy with how I'd line that up, I could pick it up and move it and not damage anything. But actually, that's looking pretty good to me, so I'm going to push down to seal. The next layer is the detail layer for the back of the cross, and this one will be a glue layer. Line this one up too, and I've cut this from a very, very pale grey, but an ivory colour would also work well. And it's just to show the extra detail there. Next, we've got the first layer of the cross itself, and this one's going to be a foam layer again to raise it up so it looks like the cross is in front of where those are draping down. Again, we'll line this up with the flowers and also the edges of the cross. And push down to seal. We've now got 2 layers of the cross to add some extra detail, and both of these are glue layers. That's looking really pretty. And then next we've got the vines going up the front of the cross. And for this one, I think you could probably get away with doing either glue or foam. Just having a little thing. I'm going to glue this one, and then I'll foam the white on top. I think that will give the best effect. Oh, I didn't do that very well, did I? Dropped that in completely the wrong place. But luckily with glue, you've got that wiggle room. There. Alright, next I'm going to use my foam squares for this piece. I'm running out of foam, I'm going to have to open a new pack. There, and then the detail on top will be glued. This is very thin, so be careful. Beautiful. Now we can move on to the flowers, starting with the green leaves. Okay, carefully move all of these out of the way. And this green piece here, we want to add some depth. So I will go for a foam, will I? Oh, actually, because the only difference in this bit is that vine going up, I'm actually going to glue it. You can see that I don't really plan ahead when I'm doing these. Right, flower time. Go for this one first. And we'll start, because this is getting quite a lot of depth in it already, and we need to add 2 more layers with the other petals. I think I'm going to glue the bottom one and then add foam for the others. But if you wanted to, of course, you could glue this one if you want it to pop out just that little bit more. I think it's going to look fine. The next piece on top will be foamed. And oh, that just moved about with the glue still wet. Whoops. Could not get this where I wanted to go. There. And next we have all these pieces are so small. The bit with the middle, and I'm going to glue this one because it's just so fiddly and thin at the top. Not as bad as the little pollen bit is going to be to stick on there. That is tiny. I've just put the glue on the wrong side of that, haven't I? Yeah, I did. That's what happens when you drop things and then don't double check before you stick. It doesn't matter, you won't notice when the other bits are on top. And now I already have the glue on there, so I can put my teeny tiny yellow bit on top. The final petal I will use the foam squares for to pop it out. It doesn't matter that I've got some glue on there. You won't see it. Oh dear. There. Beautiful. I got there eventually. I'll do the little one now for a break. I'm going to foam the bottom bit, the yellow bit, and then glue the other one on top. 1 and 2. Right, now we've got the other lily, which is going to be very similar. So I'll glue the bottom bit. Glue the next bit with the middle, and this time I'll stick it the right way round. And then for the middle bit, actually I quite liked having the glue on there when I did the last one. So let's tap the glue there and stick that on top. Oh, my hands are shaking doing this. Not very helpful. There. The final layer of the lily is another foam square layer. For the bottom flower, the big piece is a foam layer. And then for the middle piece, it's up to you. As my foam squares are quite small, I think I can get away with foaming it. Make sure I get it the right way around. My card is textured on one side for this little orange piece. So I want the texture to be the bit you can actually see. That one there, and then the teeny tiny bit to go on top. Another very narrow bit. And there. Right, so that was a little bit fraught with some of those small pieces, but my beautiful Easter cross with lilies is now all finished and stuck together. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make this layered cross with lilies papercraft design. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel for loads more free SVGs and Cricut papercraft projects. I hope to see you tomorrow for day 9 of the Easter craft countdown. Thank you for watching. Bye!